Oh, that's where that ended up. From the Spanish Grand Prix to the French Grand Prix, it is time to start the sprint qualifying at Le Mans. Hello! I know it is unusual, and I don't think it's actually sprint qualifying. I think it's actually, is it the race? Yeah. So, no, you made it seem like it was qualifying. I'm pretty sure you said qualifying. I'm not sure. I am stressed.
Don't be fine.
There's nothing new about that, but I have my water with me, and it's medium full.
I am listening.
Fraser.
Wonderful intro to the broadcast, by the way, Megan. You're leading this.
Messing it up.
Anyway, yes, hello everybody. Welcome to the sprint race. I'm going to Formula E. I completely missed this. So your commentators, Megan Birch, and down in the pits, Ian Birch.
Did you see me on the grid? Yeah.
It will
in
be
a
a
big
quick
white
off.
suit.
Oh, all bikes are on the grid now.
The medical car and goes off for the lap round the track.
Right. So, I am about to read out the grid. So, Dad, you can speak after. I will be very quick about this. Right. Currently in first is Martin. Bagnaia is second. Third is Vinales on first row of the grid. Second row of the grid is D'Antonio, followed by Bezzecchi and then Aleix Spargro. Third row of the grid is Acosta in seventh, following up by Quartararo in eighth. Ninth is Morbidelli. Fourth row of the grid is Bastianini in 10th, Jack Miller in 11th. 12th is Oliveira. Fifth row is Marc Marquez, Ralph Fernandez, Zarco. Sixth row, Rins, Alex Marquez, Johan Mir. Seventh row of the grid is Nakagami, Fernandez and Marini, and the eighth row of the grid is Brad Binder.
Just to update you quickly while the road feed intro comes on as well. 4 crashes in the last 2 minutes of qualifying. We had Jorge Martin crash out at the Ford chicane. Then we had Bagnaia crash out at the S Blues, and then we had Miller go down and go down as well for Aleix Spargro. So everyone's sort of throwing down the deck, but crucially, Martin leads the title by a few points to Bagnaia. To let you know how to pronounce the track, Megan, Dunlop, Ford Chicane, La Chapelle, Museum, Garage Vieux.
Museum?
Yes, Garage Vieux, S Blues 2, Recudemont. The last 2 corners are called Recudemont. Anyway, here it comes then. It's the MotoGP sprint race from the French Grand Prix. The party in the park, they call this place at Le Mans. It's time to hand over for the sprint race. Megan, all yours.
Right, welcome to the sprint race. It's a glitchy start from the green screen. Apparently my hair is green screen. So, glitchy start. Not a good start. It will be a quick off today. Oh, there, it's stabilised. I'm just going to keep my hair behind me now. Apparently it doesn't like my hair. Too hard to green screen. Right. I am joined by Ian Birch, otherwise known as Dad, in the commentary box. Hello, Dad.
Hiya.
For this sprint race.
I was just trying to work out the last time I drove on this track. It's actually not this track, actually. The 24-hour track is used. It's a main road.
Underway.
The part of the 24-hour track is a main road, and it's as soon as you get on it, you know you're on a proper surface, and they bring back memory of this area. We used to stay at a campsite just outside. The warm-up lap is somebody's hanging back on that warm-up lap.
Well, maybe they just want to save up the tyres a bit more. And
it looked like a Ducati, didn't it?
It did. Is that the road where you dragged a caravan up it?
Yep. I'll tell you what. I've even driven a car with a caravan through the centre of Le Mans, which is full of sleeping policemen. You know, the little ridges on the floor to stop you speeding.
That's
Well, they had a big problem with people speeding up and down the high street, didn't they?
I would say that would just make them want to do it more.
You see, most of the people who come to Le Mans are motor freaks like ourselves.
Well, that is price when you have such a good circuit going around it. And a very well-known thing. I'm just going to stay still because I feel like every single time I move, it decides that my hair must be a part of the green screen. Right, so the warm-up lap is, I think, about to come to an end. Is this the last corner? I want to say it's near the last corner.
So, who do you
There
think is favourite for this sprint race?
Weirdly, I want to. My mind's thinking maybe Bagnaia.
Not
Right.
Martin.
I'm gonna put Bagnaia in this one. I feel like Bagnaia hasn't really got
Yeah.
one in a while. Right,
Bassetti had a big crash yesterday, but he seems to be okay.
which is good. Hold on. About to
Green
start.
flag?
Sprint race is about to start. Violets, and it's underway in the sprint race for Le Mans. Oh, that is a big change up at the start. Martin gets a great start. Not
Binder
such
on
a-
the left-hand side. Right.
Ooh, Bagnaia got a horrible
Right-hand
start, though,
side.
down to 13th. Going round this first corner, and everyone's managed to keep it actually on the track for once. Bezecchi is in second, followed very closely by Alicia Spargro. D'Antonio's just dropped 2 places, lost to Mark that is, and Miller. Bastianini gets passes Acosta going round the next corner. I yet again say they should have the corners literally like in the corner of the screen. It's like, this is corner this.
Could this be the first race in the top flight where Acosta comes through?
It could be, though I was wrong to pin my hopes on Bagnaia since
He always
obviously
used
his
to-
bike has not recovered from the crash yesterday.
In
Vinales
Moto
goes up
2
to 4th. Oh, big drop, Morbidelli. Has he gone really wide or has he crashed out? Doesn't seem to have crashed out, though. Yeah, he went
He's
wide
on the side of the
green.
track.
Went right on the green. It's not good.
I mean, I used to like the way that Acosta used to start off in a lowly position, you know, mid-table or even at the back in Moto 2 and Moto 3, and then he used to just come through the pack. You know, he's not one for using his tyres on the first couple of laps, is he?
No,
He's
isn't.
good
Rins
with tyres.
Rins gets passed by Fernandez, Augusto, to be precise.
At the moment, Meg, I'm beating you because Jorge Martin is out there in front.
Yeah, well, I had hope. I was wrong to pin my hope on a Bagnaia, especially when he's so far down the order. Right, top 5 I'm going to go through at the moment because, let's face it, midfield's bound to change any second. Martin's in first, Bezecchi second. Third is Alicia Spargro. Marc Marquez is in fourth, and Vinales is in fifth. But Vinales is catching up to Marc Marquez, though Miller is also on the tail of Vinales, getting quite close. Everyone doing orange sector times 1 and 2 as Marini passes. I actually don't know who Marini passes to go into
Luca Marini.
Mia. He passes Mia to go into 21st place as big change up near the back as Morbidelli passes Nakagami and Rins passes Augusto Fernandez. Bastianini gets passed by Quattararo for 8th position. And a good gap forming between the top 6, I would say. Well, maybe top 4. They all seem to have a gap of at least 7/10 between
The
them.
gas on the Ducati there. He noticed that the Ducati had a little shudder, a hesitation, and he took his chance and got past him.
He did. Fastest. Oh. Alicia Spargo has been given a double long lap penalty. What is that for?
Oh, good.
Cottararo.
Oh, that's not nice. That's God. Yeah.
Why?
Anyway, Alicia was doing well. He was in third place, but that explains why he's in third place, doesn't it?
Oh,
He
Alicia
jumped the start.
jumped start. That is not good. I want a replay of the start. I want to see him jump the start.
I thought the best bit was when Binder came up.
Bagnaia going to the bottom of the screen. I'm guessing that means he's crashed out. I'm just guessing. He might have just gone really, really long wide. So let's
Bagnaia's got to have gone.
Yeah, he has to have gone there. It hasn't come up
Unless
yet.
it's a transponder fault.
It could be. It could be a transponder fault.
Because I think he's there, isn't he? There he is, off the track.
He has gone off the track, though. He is still going. He is somehow still making his way. He's made his way right next to the barrier onto the tarmacy bit, just past the gravel. He's managed to hold it. No, he literally went onto the gravel, somehow managed to hold it. Yeah, and went onto, like, the escape road. That is impressive, though it has cost him places. And can I change my answer of who might win?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bezecchi.
Yeah, Bezecchi had a bad accident, but he seems to be okay now. I think there must be appealing Alicia's thing, because he hasn't taken any of his double lap penalties, has he?
He might not have, but he might.
What, he's got to do it within 3 or 4 laps?
He might be waiting for it as Nakagami passes Augusto Fernandez for 18th place.
Bezecchi's got the fastest lap up to now, so
track limits warning
in the early stages of this sprint race.
Track limits warning for Nakagami as Bagnaia enters the pit lane. I wonder why. So he's out of the sprint race. Long lap penalty, finally.
So that's the first of the 2 long lap penalties.
He's done one of them.
And Bagnaia, the double champion, is unfortunately unhappy because he's out. We're unhappy as well because
Mia's crashed out. Sorry, sector 3, yellow flag.
Pecco Bagnaia he always gives a lot of enjoyment and a lot of fun in these races.
He's still up.
There's Joan Mir in the other Honda.
That's at turn 8. What did he do? He just lost it going round turn 8. The bike seems to be okay. He might actually be able to continue with
That was strange, wasn't it? Because he seemed to lose the front end before. He seemed to lose it on braking rather than turning.
That can happen. It just locks up and he just had to let it go.
Of course, isn't this the famous track where there's so many right-hand corners, not enough left-hand corners?
I'm not sure though. I just saw something shiny on the track.
When you get up to a left-hand corner,
Mia's rejoined the race.
It's not as that side of the tyre isn't as sticky and warm as the other side.
No, it isn't. Mia's rejoined the race, and I saw something shiny on the track there. I'm wondering, could that be any debris? Replay of the start. Let's see Aleix jump the start then. Okay, so there's Marc Marquez.
Watch Marquez. He's in 13th place. And you just watch Marquez. He takes a trip into the middle because everyone's going either side. And that gives him a chance. And he's going around the first corner okay. And then he takes the inside of the track and goes around the outside of one of the Ducatis.
Mia's entered the pit lane.
And he gets quite up. And at the moment, he's in 3rd or 4th place, isn't he?
Yes, he's in 3rd place. So I want to know why that replay focused on Marc Marquez and didn't focus on Aleix Espargaro, given he's the one who jumped the start.
Well,
I couldn't actually see a jump start on there.
Yeah, but Meg, it's done by a little camera on the side of the track. That
yeah, but still,
and they can tell instantly. It happened to Miller.
Yeah, so I want to know why I couldn't see Aleix.
Or the year before.
Mir has entered the pit lane and retired. I want to know why I couldn't see Aleix on that restart. Because they are very similar, livery of the
So
suit.
Joan
I
Mir's
could not
out as
see.
well. He's entered the pit, as Megan just said, and he's officially out of the race now.
Yes, he is.
This is good. This is good for Marquez and Costa.
Not really. Mir was literally at the bottom. 20 drives
Bastianini
left.
and things
Right.
like that.
Continue.
Well, I think with this type of short race, there's only 8 laps to go, right? The ones that have saved the tyres stand a better chance of winning than the ones who have gone out all stock and barrel. It's this. So I think Martin will. I still think Martin will win. Bezzecchi.
Not by much vote.
Bezzecchi will
Morbidelli.
probably be on the things. Marquez is now in 3rd place, isn't he, as we just said? Up from 13th on the grid.
Morbidelli passes Rins for 16th position. Yeah, everyone on the grid. Everyone on the grid has front hards and soft rears, barring Miller, who for some reason has opted for soft front and rears. And just as I say that, he gets passed by Giantonio.
Those from 6th down need to catch up with the top 5. There's a gap forming there.
Marini track limits
That's
warning.
that in such a short race. Make what I said about tyres look stupid because of the fact that it's not going to make any difference if the gap keeps growing as it is. But Martin is currently, just having a great time out in front. He probably
Not for
thinks
long.
it's a Sunday drive, Saturday.
Possibly, though it's a very bad. Yellow sector 3. That is Is that Binder or? Okay, one. Alexis Spargrove finished the long lap penalty, and who is that?
That looks like Luca Marini.
It's not Marini. That's Rins.
Alex Rins.
Yeah, that is Rins. Though also Binder dropped a couple places. At first thought that was him. Though Rins has crashed out. Sector 3. Turn 8 again. Is it oil down or something? Because you said that the front dropped.
Yeah, the
for
front
the other
dropped.
one.
It was the front that
Is it
dropped
oil?
even before he started turning. So,
Is it oil?
well, it could easily be, but it's
Could
quite
be a
hot
little
there
patch of
today.
Oil. Did anyone else crash there today?
It's usually oil's a problem in the wet if it's only a small bit, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but did anyone crash there today before this?
I don't know. I've not been watching it. We had to be on a different.
True. But I'm thinking maybe if someone else crashed, then maybe a tiniest bit of oil's got on the track, and it's just if you hit it.
We got relegated to the
Don't-
electric cars.
Yes, it was very good.
Formula E.
Formula E.
I enjoyed it.
So did I.
So, 6 laps to go. Jorge Martin is in the lead with Marco Bezzecchi in 2nd place, followed by Marc Marquez. Mark Vinales, he's the gap is now 1.3 seconds, 1.6 seconds between Marquez and Vinales. And so I think it's going to be a case of as long as they can keep themselves upright, the top 3 will be the podium 3, don't you, Meg?
Possibly if they keep up this pace. But
But
I
I'm
wanna
still
see a
worried about those tyres, aren't you?
I'm not as worried about the tyres as I am about the possibility of there being oil on the track. But I want to see that replay, see
No,
if what you
look at these
saw
point-
happen on the other
Marquez
one
and
happen again.
Bezzecchi is now nearly a second. It's 0.9.
He is 1.066 away from Martin in the second department. But I want to see a replay of Rin's crash because Binder track limits warning.
Alicia, who's been watched by his brother this weekend, is down to 6th place and has still got to do that long lap penalty. He could actually finish out the points here, couldn't he? Or just about.
Oh, no, Alicia's actually completed the long lap penalty. I actually don't know why there is that picture.
I'm
next to
not.
it.
I don't. You know, I'm a real Acosta fan, but he doesn't seem to be able to make ground today.
Yeah, he didn't last.
He's
week
8 seconds
either.
behind the leader, as we just saw on the caption.
That's quite a way, especially.
See,
since
I
during his
thought
first
he
few
might
races
be
he was
at least
better.
challenging Marquez by now.
Right, so 5 laps to go of the sprint race, and we are down to 19 bikes left. One retirement after going onto the gravel and somehow making it through the gravel onto the little escape road. That was Binder. 4 laps to go now. Marquez track limits warning.
Marquez,
That's
yeah,
Alex, that is. Who
Alex
gets track
Marquez.
limits warning as he
Mark
passes
Marquez. The
gets
gap
passed by
between him
Morbidelli.
and the gap between Mark Marquez and Maverick Vinales is now 2.1 seconds.
It is.
That
and
gap between the top 3 is now becoming like the 4th and the 5th have now fell in with the pack behind. Look! You can't even see him in the same corner nearly.
you can't.
2.3 seconds. They're actually slowing down because a sprint is a sprint. You should just be going all out for it. Save your tyres to make sure you don't muck them up in the first 2-3 laps, and then just go for it.
Yes, you've got to, as you say,
Oh, damn!
Crashed out. That was, he's okay. Rider okay, immediately said, so that was between sectors 3 and 4. That was very high speeds, though he's okay. Thankfully, his bike isn't okay. Though he was put onto the gravel, and am I cursing people? I want to win or something because it's the second time. I'm gonna have to pick a new winner.
You know, at the moment, apart from Jorge Martin, right, the rest of the podium's looking like the old days, isn't it? With Maverick and Mark.
A little bit. Here's a replay. This is round at turn 9. Front just drops away from him, and the bike just speeds away from him into the rest of the gravel trap, and he just gets left behind. Okay, so that front that dropped completely on its own.
It was on a.
Like
it is on.
down.
Isn't that part of the track that actually, like, the declines quite rapidly?
It is. I'm thinking tyres aren't strong enough for that.
I'm thinking what we were talking about earlier and what the crew on TNT was talking about yesterday. The fact that there's so many, there's so many on this track that you turn left, or is it right? I think it's left.
Here's the
No, it's
track.
right, isn't it? It's right-hand corners, and there's not many left-hand corners, or one of the two.
No, there isn't many. So it's a lot of pressure to be putting on the bike and on your shoulder blades, to be honest.
I've just got a mark.
Marquez.
We've just been given a mark for our homework. Megan got a 9 out of 10, and I got a 3.
I don't know what's going on behind that curtain. Wolf screen. Right, 2 laps to go. Bastianini has a track limit warning now. And currently, the top 3 are Martin, Marc Marquez, and Vinales. Bastianini is in 4th. Morbidelli gets track limits warning as well. And we are down to 18 riders now since Bezecchi, Rins, and Mir all crashed out. And I suppose Binder... No, not Binder. Bagnaia. Binder actually almost crashed out, I would say. Bagnaia could have crashed out, but somehow he managed to hold it and go onto the escape roads in the pit lane.
A lot of the lower ones in this, from Morbidelli, Alex Marquez, Brad Binder, who were a lot higher than that, like in Binder's case, and Morbidelli's. I think by the way they're having track limits warnings, I think they were too fast on their tyres to begin with.
Yeah, I agree with that, to be honest.
Taka Nakayami is the other one.
Nakagami?
Yeah, he's in 16th place.
Yeah,
He's got track limits warning. Morbidelli,
Who should I curse
Alex
next, by the
Marquez,
way?
Brad Binder, and Taki Nakayami.
Who should I curse next, by the way, to like me wanting them to win and all of a sudden, they're crashing out.
The one that's
Tell
got
you
to
what, I'll do
worry,
Marquez a favour. Martin will win last lap.
right? The one that's got to worry is Bastianini.
Yeah,
Because he's got
Bastianini's just in fourth. Morbidelli passes Zarco 12th.
He's got a lap warning as well. But as long as he keeps it within those white lines, right, he's still got a chance of a podium, hasn't he? I know it's 0.6, and it's the last lap.
He can grab it. Zarco and Acosta
Whoa.
also get track limits warning.
Whoa, that's
We
onto
see
the
that
green.
happen. Yeah, that's where he got the track limits warning. And they are in their own little separate battles at the moment. Well, they were. Acosta was in a battle, though him going onto the green has kind of put him out of that battle. Zarco, however, is still in his own little battle on both sides.
Doesn't if you go onto the green
You get a limits warning.
in the final lap, I believe you drop a place, don't you?
No, if you go onto the green, then you get track limits warning. If you go onto the green 3 times, then you get a long lap penalty.
Yeah, but
Final
I think
sector of the last lap of the sprint race. Martin makes his way round the final corners now. And let's face it, we can't be surprised with him. And where he is 2 corners left now, he has been quite consistent, I would say, throughout the entire season so far. And Martin wins the sprint race for Le Mans. And I cannot be surprised by that, to be honest. He has been very consistent recently. Dad, any words?
Yeah, Renault is used to being that high up because he's an Olympic pole vaulter, isn't he? Who was waving the checkered flag. And I won't say anything, Meg, but who won?
Okay, Martin won. So we were left... Okay, since this is a quick off, I will do a little run through quickly. We had 18 riders left on the grid. First who won was Martin, followed by Marc Marquez in second. Third was Vinales. Bastianini fourth. Aleix Espargaro fifth. Acosta in sixth. D'Antonio seventh. Miller eighth. Ralph Fernandez is in ninth. Quartararo is in 10th for once. Oliveira is 11th. Morbidelli is in 12th. Zarco 13th. Alex Marquez is in 14th, 15th is Binder, Nakagami is in 16th, Augusto Fernandez is in 17th, Marini is in 18th, and crashing out, was Bezecchi, Rins, Mir, and Bagnaia. Bagnaia was first out. Though technically he didn't crash out, he went onto the gravel, and then onto the skate road, and then into the pits. Don't know how he kept that one up.
If you're going to crash out on the weekend, it's best to do it in the sprint than the main race, isn't it? Right, look at that. It's almost, take Jorge Martin out of it, and it's a bit like the old days, isn't it, with Maverick and Mark there.
It is. And right now in the standings, the gap between Martin and Bastianini is now 28 points. Bagnaia has a gap of 29 points to Martin too. There's a one gap separating Bastianini and Bagnaia, and Bastianini is now taken second place in the standings. And Dad's last word from you.
Let's ask Josh this question, right? Pedro went on the green in the last lap. Does he have to drop a place?
No.
If he didn't gain any advantage, did he gain a position?
No.
No.
Then no. If he gains a position on the last lap, then yes. And if he gains time, then yes. But I presume it was in a battle. I didn't see it, but I'd say no.
He lost his position.
Oh, if he lost a position then going on the green, he'd be fine. Because he's already gained a penalty for it.
Right, so, last words.
Last words are, Megan, what are we going to have to concentrate on next?
Nothing.
Well, I think we did well on this one.
What was your thought on the race? Was it good? Yes or no?
I always enjoy MotoGP.
Good.
You know, I like the fact that, you know, the bike could give way at any time, and that means that, you know, it's all about skill until the end, isn't it?
It is. Doing a really there is Martin. And thank you for watching. Please go and watch on the other channel as well. Is it Formula E that's on right now? Formula E in the Berlin Grand Prix?
Yeah, I think it's race 1.
Yeah, it's race 1. right now, please go and join that on the main JB Motorsports 1. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.